It's that time of year again. Christmas is right around the corner, and I have a special present for you. I am giving armor to everyone. That's right, it's snowing armor. It's a warrior's paradise. If you like playing Starship decks, then we're definitely gonna have a lot of armor decks for you. And okay, all right, this is starting to hurt a little bit. I think we need to rethink this. Christmas is right around the corner, and I actually do have something exciting that I want to share with you guys. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to let me know that you are ready for the 25 days of CLARKSMAS. I'm just gonna give a quick rundown on this, and then we will get into the deck guide coming up ahead. I've only seen one other person talk about the deck that we will be talking about, but before we get into that, I just want to talk about CLARKSMAS because this is a special subathon that I am planning for the rest of the year. We have all this information and all these different games we're gonna be playing: Hades, The Bazaar, Balatro, Marvel Rivals, Elden Ring, just to name a few. Everything else on this list, you know that we're going to be streaming it on this day. So if you want to see us play something other than Hearthstone, every single day will be a 2-hour Hearthstone stream, and then we will switch to another category, and there's potential of being able to bring in some people on chat in order to have some fun with this, like for Marvel Rivals, for Battlegrounds, for Fall Guys, maybe even for like Deadlock and Halo. If we have some multiplayer games that we can play, even for like chat's choice, then I might be able to play some games with you guys. And just to kind of sweeten the deal, there's also a goal for CLARKSMAS, where the goal is to provide content for everyone during the holidays, a time where seasonal depression can ruin the fun of the festivities. So personally, I struggle with these feelings during Christmas. I don't really do the greatest during this type of holiday for personal reasons, rather not get into it, but I wanted to motivate myself in order to stay positive and actually spread some Christmas cheer by playing a new game every single day. And also, if you're a subscriber on the Twitch channel in the month of December, I am willing to send you guys a Christmas card with a signed Yu-Gi-Oh card from me, so that way if you would like to sign up for it, you can submit your shipping information on this Google Doc, which is right here. You can go to the Twitch channel or in the description below or in the pinned comment in order to get access to this if you are a subscriber. But just keep in mind, you have to be a subscriber in order to actually get the signed Yu-Gi-Oh card. Keep in mind, Twitch subscriber, not a YouTube subscriber. Sadly, if I gave something to every single one of my YouTube subscribers, I think I would probably go into debt. One other thing to keep in mind, Esports is coming out, in case you guys didn't know. I'm just doing my job in order to let you guys know what's going on, because it is very sad to me that we are just now finding out about this, but hey, I figured I'd let you guys know what's going on because Esports is exciting, and we will be doing this during CLARKSMAS, where we'll do nothing but watch the tournament on the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. So we are doing a lot of stuff during this subathon and a lot of different content if you guys want to check out some other things other than Hearthstone, in case the meta's kind of driving you crazy. But now that we've talked about that, let's talk about an archetype that I feel like is really interesting, but I've seen this list everywhere, and I have to say, I am not a fan of this list. So the idea that we're going to be talking about today is an armor starship wheel warlock, where the goal of this deck is to essentially play wheel and win the game, but the way that you get there is the most fascinating part. You have to control the board, and you have to gain a ridiculous amount of armor, so that way when you start taking the fatigue damage, you don't just immediately die. And I have to say, I was not a fan of this list. I tried this out myself, was not a fan of cards like Eat the Imp, Curse Campaign. I like the idea of Eternal Layover, but Fellfire Bonfire was another card I wasn't really sold on. And as much as I hate to admit it, I don't think Cube deserves a spot in this deck either. So this is the list that someone apparently went 17 and 14 with about a week ago, a couple days ago. And I played this deck myself and ended up going like 2 and 9 or 2 and 7 or something, like some really ugly number. And I, in a fit of rage, was like, you know what? This deck is fun. This deck is interesting. I think something is there. I'm gonna make my own deck, and that's exactly what I did. And I ended up making a list where I ended up going 7 and 4 at the beginning of my climb with this deck. And honestly, it looks a lot better in my opinion, because we have more honest-to-God cards that keep us alive, like Defile, Domino Effect, Mortal Eradication, and Table Flip. If you compare this deck to this deck right here, there's almost no AoE that helps you survive. Like, there is a Defile and there is a Domino Effect, but I mean, the rest of the deck is just all dependent on trying to have this unrealistic expectation and curve of playing like Arcanite Defense Crystal in the Curse Campaign and getting all this value. You simply just don't have the time to survive nowadays. But when I was playing this deck, it felt a lot better against like Shamans. It felt better against the Paladins. I mean, this is just one of those decks to where if you can bully an aggro deck and then transition into your crystal and armor combos, it just absolutely works very effectively. And to prove how good this deck is, This is a real screenshot from a real game in Ranked Ladder that I have already made a YouTube video about, so if you want to see even more action on this deck, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel, because this is how you play Starships in Hearthstone. I have created a monster Warlock deck. We'll show you how exactly we set up this kind of combo, because it was very dependent on what we queued into, as you can tell by the multiple copies of the Starship. If you know, you know. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's actually talk about the Wheel Warlock list and why I believe this might be a better version, not necessarily the perfect 30, but one of the better versions of this deck that you could actually hit Legend if you are patient enough, because this deck requires some patience. The whole point of this deck is extremely simple. You want to start off your turns by just tapping and getting as many cards into your hand as possible, or playing cards like Elemental Geode just to simply draw throughout the deck. And then once you have a decent amount of cards in your hand, you can try to either remove the board depending on how much pressure your opponent plays, or if you have no pressure at all, then you just gotta play your Arcanite Defense Crystals and try to get extra copies of them with cards like Reverberations, or even playing like your Brittlebone Buccaneer in order to get the extra value from the Arcanite Defense Crystal. And I guess before we talk about the deck in general, let's go ahead and break down the mulligan here, because it's a very simple mulligan. Most of the time, you're going to just keep cards like your Fracking. I would really try not to play this card on turn 1, so keeping it is a little bit up in the air, but because we have the Furnace Fuels, you can always make the argument that just playing on turn 1 is better than skipping the turn. So you could debatably keep this card in your mulligan, but I'm really not the biggest fan of playing it on turn 1. Your turn 1 is completely irrelevant, to be honest, because most of the time on turn 2, you're either going to be playing your Geode, your Dreadhound Handler, or your Hero Power. So the only cards that are really important to keep in the early game are going to be anti-aggro tools, such as Defile against aggro. You can keep Domino Effect, depending on what matchup, like maybe against like a Shaman or something like that. But the real important cards to keep are going to be your Geode and your Handler, and honestly, if you don't need an AoE, everything else can kind of go. You can maybe keep Arcanite Defense Crystal against some of the slower matchups, and you always want to keep your Brittlebone Buccaneer. So again, the cards that you want to keep are going to be your Fracking, Brittlebone Buccaneer, Dreadhound Handler, Elemental Geode, and then maybe an AoE if you are in a matchup where it's absolutely required. So other than that, you're just tapping and waiting to get a good card, and you have cards like Table Flip as like another good AoE, because it's just necessary in order to destroy as many boards as possible right now, especially with all the Shamans that are creating boards, all the Token Hunters that you're going to see on ladder. There's just a lot of decks that go very wide, and this Warlock deck is a great way of being able to deal with them, because once you destroy your opponent's board over and over again and they actually start slowing down, this is where the Arcanite Defense Crystal really gets the shine. And one thing that I should bring up about this deck is how the buff to Exodar feels extremely good. I need my golden Exodar now. It's extremely good in this deck, because you can play this as early as turn 7. You get the copies of the Arcanite Defense Crystal in your hand for 1 mana, and now they are a lot easier to work with Brittlebone Buccaneer. So the whole point of this deck is literally just to survive as best as you can. Use your reverb on either the Reborn version of your Arcanite Defense Crystal, especially if you have your Buccaneer combos, so that way you get a bunch of Defense Crystal value. Sometimes you'll need to use reverb in like a way against your opponent to either like steal like a Starship piece, which is really awesome when you get to do that, or to kill like, you know, like a 15-15 that you don't really have an answer to. How you use your reverb is going to depend on the matchup, but most of the time I want to try and get another copy of the Arcanite Defense Crystal so I could just keep juicing up the Exodar and juicing up, you know, as many large armor, big ships as I can do. Because the whole point of this deck, again, is to play the wheel and survive, so the rest of this deck is just literally trying to keep us alive with cards like Sarg. Finally feels good that he's back in the meta, by the way. Love this Titan. I'm going to be so sad when he rotates out. Have him golden for a reason. But you have this, you have Ziliax, you have Ceaseless Expanse in order to help you stay alive, keep yourself alive, while also threatening some other threats. It's just, this deck's really fun. I had a lot of fun building this deck from the ground up, and honestly, I am very excited to say that I don't think this is the perfect 30. Like, some cards I'm not really 100% sold on, for example. Soul Searching. In theory, this card makes sense because you want to try and get extra copies of the Arcanite Defense Crystal, but the real reason why I'm running this in the deck is not because I want extra copies. It's just literally a Discover card in the deck, so if I need to find like a Defile or an AoE in a pinch, this is how I utilize the card. I don't just YOLO it for the Arcanite Defense Crystal every time. I save this card for like a panic button, for example, and then use this when it's ready. And honestly, when this card gets like discarded from Fracking, it's not even the worst thing in the world. But another card I'm not really that sold on is Health Drink. Health Drink, unfortunately, is just like, it feels like it should be a really good card, but it's just so awkward at 3 mana. It just really digs into your turns to where you're just playing this and removing, and it's pretty decent. I'm not saying it's like the worst card in the game, but it's like it has its moments where it just doesn't really feel like it's really helping you. It's just helping you to sustain at the very bare bones, at the very bare minimum. But the last card that I want to talk about is Eternal Layover, because this card is 100% core as a 1-up. If you run 2 of these, it gets a little bit weird because there is the circumstance where you can play Eternal Layover with Defile in order to knock out all of your opponent's minions. But the issue with that is that they have any death rattles, it really starts to become a problem. So this is usually a card you're only going to play when you have the value of like, you have the Exodar into a bunch of 1-mana crystals. You can play this into Eternal Layover. It's either that or you're layovering into a Defile, but you really don't want to do that on your opponent's minions unless it will not be a detriment to you. You don't want to give your opponent extra Starship pieces like you're giving yourself here. So that's one thing that I really enjoy about this deck. I think this is probably the most fun Warlock deck you could be playing. I just now realized I was blocking. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it live. We're gonna do it live. You guys already saw the deck list. You're gonna see the game coming up ahead. It's 10:30 at night. I'm not re-recording this. I have other intros I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna save my skin and save the editor's skin. Go ahead and leave a comment saying that Clark HELLSCREAM is a lazy content creator, because it 100% is true. But I'm still doing so much stuff and I never get to sleep. So well, regardless, it's whatever you guys want to think. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown. That's not even really a deck breakdown. And we'll see you for CLARKSMAS. You're gonna be there, right? CLARKSMAS is right around the corner. We can't miss out on that. Like, why isn't there a Drain Soul in the deck? Where's our early game removal? Wait, Alright, let's try to make this work. Oh my lord, double furnace fuel. Get that, be gone. Like, this just feels so much better just to try a mulligan for. I need more safe mulligan cards. Zephyrs could be bad with our handlockish style. Zephyrs just really doesn't add anything into the deck is the issue. Because I've just dramatically reduced the amount of bad draws, the amount of restricting draws. If anything, I can even play Furnace Fuel as just a, like, I don't need this to draw 3 cards and also kill a minion. I'm just gonna do it this way. Holy cowboy. I love having AoE.
In the great dark beyond, there is still light.
I'm gonna do this to try and find the Buccaneer. We already have plenty of removal. It discovers a copy and takes the copy from the deck. Soul Searching will discover the card, but when you discover it from the deck and draw it, it'll spend the 5 corpses to make another copy. You know? I'm tilted for IRL. Meant to have a fork for fucks and bad mulligan. So you accidentally grabbed 2 spoons instead of a spoon and a fork. Is that what I hear? I mean, you can still kind of eat lasagna with a fork. It's just gonna be really difficult.
Eyes on the horizon.
I don't want to risk it. I've had too much emotional damage. I just don't want to lose the game by 2, and yeah. I do have a furnace fuel, wait, did I? No, it's gone.
Okay, this is sad. I started to play the old Mario and Luigi games, and in the first stages the Spanish translation literally says, Mario's moves are done with the A button, and the green ones are done with the B button. Omega F in the chat for Luigi.
Luigi don't get the respect he deserves, man. This might have to just be a silly turn, unfortunately. I gotta put myself in better health total before he plays the Limb of Divinities. Never forget, if you have the Furnace Fuels in your deck when you play the wheel, you still mill cards. But if they're gonna get destroyed anyway, then like, it's your favorite, right? Wait, what? Okay, that's significantly less damage I have to worry about. Kinda wish I tapped earlier, mate. I'm not jamming wheel yet because I don't think we can outlive him yet. Okay, second keeper strength. Looks like this is very similar to the Funky deck, but Funky only had one keeper strength, so I think this guy made his own list. There it is. Sucks that I lost all my other copy cards, but I'll deal.
Eyes on the horizon.
It's insane how much better this deck feels, but at the same time, I feel like this guy's Liberal Paladin is not good in general. But now he finally got his second weapon down.
Reporting for duty.
Land ho!
Cold feet? You think that's gonna stop me from playing my crystal?
Shipwreck will not fall into
Oh man. Alright, so this is where things get a little challenging. But I feel like we have enough armor to deal with this.
land ho!
We have Sarg if we need to destroy his board on, like, immediately. The Furnace Fuel always works with wheel. Whenever it's destroyed. So, like, if it's destroyed by wheel, if it's destroyed by fracking, it will work. I don't have to worry about like a Yogg or something, right? How much armor is actually in this? 42? No, it's 36. The only thing I can think of is Yogg. I just don't see how he ever kills me now.
The victory is
Yeah, there you go. I probably overthought it here, but there you go, dude. Like, oh my god, this feels so much better. I have actual ways of sustaining myself. Oh my god, look at this hand. Look at how good it is. Where was this earlier? Like, holy crap. Notice how, like, I just eliminated the chance of having worse top decks, man. I'm antisocial and asking questions makes me nervous. You're literally in a chat, though.
Any problem?
I mean, I guess some people just have social anxiety unlike any other. But seriously, man, like, if you can't ask a question in a chat that you are actively a part of, I feel like that says a lot. It's debilitating, and you don't want that. You know what I mean?
The light dims, but we fight.
Draw some cards. Okay, we got this combo. Because there's literally a South Park episode about this. It's like everybody has anxiety. Everybody deals with thoughts that they don't want to think about. And you know what they do? They deal with it and they stop being a piece of shit. Like, there's a difference between having anxiety and using it as a cop-out. And I hate the people that use it as a cop-out. Like, just watch the Buddha Box episode and it's just like, it's perfect. Kyle Hels, yeah, exactly.
Reporting for duty.
We'll draw one more turn. Next turn, we'll draw again into a Mortal Eradication.
Witness true arcane magic.
This is looking like Pipsy. Oh my god, what?
How enigmatic.
I mean, you know, that's actually kind of funny, because, like, I don't care about playing that, actually. I can still do the exact same turn I was thinking of. Maybe some help. So what rank did you take this at?
Reporting for duty. I see.
Deck's kind of a little bit blurry, unfortunately, but... 8 hands? I like how this deck is built, honestly. You have the Acolyte and Death combo, so you can actually draw through your deck meaningfully. I feel like this kind of deck isn't bad. I'm not sure about the Cadaver, personally. I would rather have double Salesman over double Cadaver, but... You probably know more about this archetype than I do. It's only at 10k. What are you beating, though, and what are you losing to, I guess, is the bigger question. Because, like, with a deck like that, if it can't beat Rogue, then the simple answer is no, it can't work at high ranks. Rogue and Shaman are just so good to where if you can't realistically beat everything else except those two classes, then your deck isn't good at top legend. Which is why I always hate the idea of talking about what only works at top legend.
Reporting for duty.
And I'd rather, like, try to make something else work. But every now and again, it's like, you know, there are some deck ideas I just cannot entertain because of that harsh reality. All right, he's never. Oh my God! Wait a minute. This is the game, dude.
Smell golden in their waters.
What are some of the other decks? There's Rogue, there's Shaman, there's different variants of Paladin.
I'm rich.
Ho! I'm sorry, but I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. Not bad. Demon Hunter is okay at those ranks, but it's just like, that's pretty much what there is. And it just doesn't make me that happy that those are my options. Druid is, yeah, this Dungar Druid. Like, there's essentially a deck for every single class right now. Dude, if I can make this happen, if we could actually accomplish this, yeah, Zarimi Priest, Discover Hunter. It's actually hard to play. There's a lot of good decks right now. I just can't think of them right now because I'm just not seeing a bunch of them. Oh, go ahead, mind control, dude. Mind control me. Go ahead. I already have. Oh my! I could have had 10 in here, dude. I could have had 10 in here, but I get to take the other one at least. I guess I could settle on 9. Oh, really? He's gonna double mind control me? You diabolical bastard. My opponents always roll it, dude. What can I say? They quite literally always roll it, but it's fine. Oh my god, double exit army, dude. I actually might be able to set up a different OTK. Okay, there's Exodar. I have too much value in my hand. I have too much value and I want to go for one thing, but the game's telling me to do something else. This is just awkward. I want to get cards out of my hand, but it's just difficult. Double Sarg is actually probably not a good idea. At the same time, I feel like we're just so large, it's just impossible for us to make. I feel like that's a giving up play.
Finally, I can rest in peace.
The end of my deck is nigh.
I could just start taking fatigue at this point. I wanted to do one thing, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that point. Wait, did I just get baited?
True arcane magic.
There's no way this is enough to kill me.
How enigmatic.
Yeah, there's no way this is enough to kill me. Why do I have 2 Sargs? Because I'm a pro gamer and I paid the extra, I paid extra for the Sarg token and Blizzard gave it to my hand as soon as I drew it. And before you're like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be in the game, it's like, well, that's in Battlegrounds right now. No, I got it from Soul Searching. Yeah, dude, he just literally is just gonna concede after this. You don't have the horn? He should have played horn. Cold feet, that's hilarious. That's funny how he thinks it's actually gonna do anything.
Now this is living.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Oh, this is Overwatch theme. Yeah, this is I definitely remember the Overwatch themes, man.
You fool.
I'm so surprised that he's still in this game. Yeah, Eichenwald. Eichenwald. Traveling to Eichenwald. What we doing here? We're reeling our opponent, whether he likes it or not. I am so terrified of Yogg.
Eyes on the horizon.
Like, I should just double up the armor, dude, but I'm not going to. I love playing greedy. I just love playing greedy so much. You dealt with the first starship, now what will you do against the second? What's this list? Eternal Layover? I have 1 Eternal Layover in my deck. I took out all the greedy cards and I put in good cards, and this deck feels so much better now. This guy's just, yeah, there he goes, finally. He was just sitting there just wallowing in the fact that he lost the Starship Warlock. Never net deck, never be a sheep. Meh. Hey, yo, guys, who am I? Who am I? Meh. I'm every single Reddit Hearthstone user on the website. Meh. Meh. Yeah, CLARKSMAS, what's that mean? I have no idea, man. Is that some kind of food? Sounds like some kind of food. Oh my god, he's playing Reno. Well, it's a good thing Reno has been absolutely put down. I make my own Insanity Warlock, list got 70% Legend to win. Oh, yeah, let's go, man. Now do it again. The meta, haha, armor go burr, me, reloads, excavate Warlock. Yeah, excavate Warlock would be a way of countering this if it becomes meta. We do a little cooking around here. If I had table flip, I could just tap guaranteed. Kind of sucks that we tapped into this, but we don't get to coin wheel, but I don't think this would be a coin wheel game. I'm not in love with this play, but we're doing this for 2 reasons. Number 1, I need cards on my hand. Number 2, I want to be able to play this without having to worry about burn steal. This card's not a threat, but it's just like, I don't want him to have corpses on standby. Estimate Warlock has a new minion that steals health from an enemy. It's not a good card, because like, just think about how many shadow cards there are, and think about how high those mana costs are. That's the main issue with that kind of deck. Death Knight in Space needs to be S tier. I wish Space Death Knight was really good, but it's looking like one of the lower performing decks right now, sadly. I feel like I should be saluting something right now. Buns DK is still an absolutely really good deck that I would recommend. Gotta keep bringing up the wall.
The rules.
No, we do not.
Remnants of life.
You know?
Frost. Mark of the bitter. Frost. Mark of the bitter.
Actually genius, dude, yeah. Alright, what a turn. That was such a sick play. That was so cool. And now I can, I need to, I think I just need to keep, do I keep building up the value, or do I just want to do this now? Do I care about anything else in my deck? I still have a defense crystal, actually, so yes. Crystal me, dude. Oh, yes. Building it up, dude. Let's go. What's the wake edition of this deck? Gain armor, play wheel, win game. I know exactly how we're gonna win this, actually. Top deck Furnace Field, literally the worst draw. We activate the wheel now. Because literally how we're gonna win is we can just play Defense Crystal, take a bit of damage, play Defense Crystal, knock this stuff out, activate ship, play Ceaseless, then play Sarge, game over. Yeah, we're just gonna gain armor and stay alive. It's really unfortunate that we drew the last Furnace Fields, because then we could have drawn the rest of the deck, but it's fine. We didn't need the rest of the cards, so it just would have been nice. I'm still wondering what they will cook with cattle. You mean cattle rustler for the mini set? Hoping to bring out a big beefy base minion that could go with crap like Pipsy or Chemical Spill. Wait, okay, what do you mean cattle bruiser? What is cattle bruiser? All right, next turn we just win. How StarCraft community is also, oh, cattle cruiser battle. Oh, okay, I get it now. This list actually looks lit. Yeah, I know, right? And I made it myself. I saw Metadex and I was like, no, please. That is actually really annoying because he gets to steal my 15-15, but I gain all the armor in the world, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, our Protoss carry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn a lot of memes. Sargi deals with Sylvanas. Yeah, but then suddenly I'm taking the fatigue and I don't have all the armor. I just need to do this for the armor boost. I don't care if he has a 15-15. I'm gaining all the life. No, we need to do it this way.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Return to the city once. The citadel stands strong.
I have to be patient.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
I need 2 more turns, right? If he has C and E, I actually lose. I need 1 more turn, man. I would not say this is a fumble. I would not argue this is a fumble. He literally just needs to hero power into fucking. That's all he needs to do.
I must report.
Do I draw off the wheel turn, or does he just automatically die when my turn starts? Double hero power is actually really good here.
I am broken, my God.
Yes! I don't know if he gave up too soon because I still needed 1 more turn, but let's go. He left the game. He left the game. 30 health in Hearthstone right now means absolutely nothing. And I think that's kind of the thing that's making these OTK decks and these combos and these uninteractive decks feel so much worse. Can you just deal 25 to me instead of just dealing upwards of 30 every single time? Because decks and classes like Warlock and Priest and decks that don't gain a bunch of armor, it gets very frustrating, in my opinion. Where it's like 30 health it means nothing half the time. All right, let's go. Value is value. Average turn per win is 5 to 6 turns. How fun is that? Depending on the meta, I don't want to say that it on average is better. But just because games end early doesn't mean the meta is quote unquote bad. What is bad is when you only have decks like that. Because I highly doubt that the average game being ended is happening on turns 5 through 6. That's not happening. Top 1K legend too fast. I would argue it's not even about it being too fast. It's about it being too efficient. It's not just the fact that it's fast and efficient. It's a rogue, maybe I want this. Can't tap because then we're at 10 cards.
Nice to meet you.
I don't respect 5 to 6 turn games. It relies too much on randomness and who goes first and who draws the best. Minimal decision making involved. No value creation, just toxic. Absolutely L take. And here's the reason why. Just because a deck kills you by turn 5, turn 6 does not mean that there was no skill that went into it. Because you're not even talking about aggro. Like, it could be a combo deck that has a lot. Like, for example, playing Seedlock originally was actually kind of difficult because of how you had to balance, like, how hard you went into the combo, how many cards you're drawing in one turn, all that kind of nonsense, right? Now it's a lot easier, but like, the point that I'm trying to make, the reason why I don't agree with that is because what you are not thinking about is how, like, turn thresholds are very important for aggro decks. You know, like, the idea of when you overcommit versus when you don't overcommit. But because you're on the opposite side of that and you're not seeing the decisions that they're coming up with, you're just seeing, oh, my opponent is playing exactly what I want, what I don't want them to do. How could they? They're a piece of shit. Like, you need to take a step back, and some of these decks are easy to play. Pirate Aggro Demon Hunter is an example of a deck I just do not like because of how simple and how linear the gameplay is. But on the reverse side, decks that were to end the game, where like, oh, I just end the game by turn 5, turn 6 every single time. What about the decks that do nothing but just sit there and gain armor and just do nothing? Like, you have to think about the flip side, where it's like, someone may like the idea of games ending quickly versus someone else may not like the idea of games ending in 20 minutes. I play some aggro here and there. It's just a joke about how the games are auto wins because the opponent didn't draw answers in time. Then you need to put a kappa at the end of your statement then, because that sounds like you were just molding, especially with the ellipses at the end. Like, I need an emote in order to make sure that's a joke. Otherwise, I have to react seriously to it. I only play aggro decks. Love hearing people maul. I could make a joke about that, but I'm gonna be the bigger person. 1. Oh, hello, Tokyo Showdown. Greetings. Number 2, I agree, CLARKSMAS, with what you're saying about aggro. I feel like the problem about the balancing, some classes aggro is clearly OP. Well, some aggro is meant to be better than others. Like, my problem is that Hunter aggro is actually nowhere, like, it's not even good right now. Hunter aggro is just not good right now, and I don't know what will ever make it good. And it makes me sad because it's like, if Hunter aggro isn't good and every other class is better at aggro, oh my lord, that's saying a lot. So I need to do this in order to stay alive. So this into this. Remove as much stuff as possible. I can then play this, launch more. Actually, I want this in the ship as well, I think. Yeah, we'll do this into like, this into Eternal Layover, actually. Shaman and Rogue are 90% of the top 100 legend decks, both aggro decks with some mechanics. The deck I'm playing right now is not an aggro deck. This is a scam deck. An aggro deck does not just summon a board full of 8/8s. Like, they do it aggressively, but I would not call Cycle Rogue an aggro deck. If anything, it's just an anti-deck in every single way. You anti your opponent by removing their tempo, and then, if anything, this deck is, I don't want to say a control deck, but you control very effectively with it. Yeah, the Cycle is way more of a scam deck, because it just has one high roll that it wants to do every single game, and it does that so effectively. It's such a scam deck. Why not Domino Effect and keep the 8/1? Because I don't want to take 8 damage. Oh, you mean do it that? Keeping the 8/1 is irrelevant. I want the mana curve. Maybe it's irrelevant. Who knows? It's not gonna matter. This actually works. This is more than enough against Rogue, I think. The idea of doing this into this just seems like overkill. Because I could just do this into boom, boom, boom. Have all of the pieces in here. Launch the ship into Eternal Layover. We have all the armor in the world. I don't think Insidious is actually going to be able to beat this. I'm sure it's been mentioned, but Kill Jade would be crap, right? I'm so glad that someone else said that Kill Jade would not be a good fit in this deck. Yes, Kill Jade does not benefit this deck in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. Have I seen the Draenei Darkwing deck? You mean the Pilot Wing or Arc-Wing or whatever it's called? I have seen the Funky Monkey deck for it. I don't know if there's like another list that's running around. I feel like that deck is just bad. I feel like it's entertaining for sure, but oh my lord, I have played it and it just did not feel good. I really haven't messed with the deck all too much, but I don't know. Yeah, it's so expensive, dude. Consider Symphony. Honestly, you could cut a health drink for Symphony. That maybe wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Eyes on the horizon.
Nothing gets past my hounds. Luckily, there's just enough board space to get away with this. Yeah, Symphony has some extra options. Symphony, I think Alloy said this earlier, but Symphony would be kind of okay in order to give us some fodder after we play Wheel, even though that's not like the main purpose of the card, but like it could be a way. I don't know. I think about Symphony and I just feel like something just feels wrong whenever I think about Symphony. I don't know why.
Who could put a price on such power?
Oh, for the love of God, please, just miss the mind control one time! Oh, he didn't get it. Wait, he didn't get the mind control. Wait. Miss the mind control, miss the mind control, miss the mind control, miss the mind control. Why do they... We might still be fine, but it just boggles my mind how every single time is either mind control or deal 6 damage. And I kid you, oh my God, he's an idiot. Wait, actually no, that was the best thing he could have done. He has no idea what's going on either, actually. Hold on a second. Because now I can just steal his back. It's mine. It was mine to begin with. Okay, I think we may have won this game. I think we might have won this game. Was almost molding there for a second, but then suddenly he didn't have enough. Again, I'm mostly molding about the math behind it because it's like, why does it seem like literally every time it's always 6 or mind control? If you've watched some of my grifters, they're bad. They're pretty bad.
Who could put a price on such
We win by gaining 1,000,000 armor and they just literally are out of cards. That is one win condition. There is also playing Wheel and then also surviving after the armor. Oh my God, I can't believe it got there. Okay, gets a Death Knight. One win from Legend? Yo, good luck, dude. You got this. What would make this deck tier 1? A different meta. I don't think I could get rid of this card. It's just too important to the game plan.
Close at hand.
The issue with this deck is the fact that, like, there's way too many scam rogue decks, right?
Use a scream.
Rainbow DK. It's gotta be reverb. That's a really big hit, though. So we just have to be patient and build up. Should I Shutter Block an Incendious or a Bold type Behemoth? Depends on the matchup. Oh, on the mirror? Probably Incendious, but at the same... I really don't know the answer to that question. Depends on how many cards are left in your deck. Depends on if your opponent's playing a board-based deck. But if it's in the mirror, I want to say it's Bold type because then you have more asteroids. So I'm going to say Bold type. I don't know the answer, though. I personally really don't like that deck. I have to throw this away for hand space. Dude, this actually might be an insane game as long as I don't get scammed. DK is a fair class right now. There's not a lot of scams that DK can do because it actually has to build up a board. If anything, what you just saw right here, the airlock breach on turn 6 is the biggest scam that they have right now. Bolt Tide doesn't give you more asteroids. No, but it gives you more damage per asteroid. The difference between dealing 5 and dealing 8 is massive. Scam is just a really, yeah, I know. That's why I put scams in parentheses, because it's just a good amount of stats all in one. DK really doesn't have a scam right now outside of, I guess just one DK, because it's just good. All right, we're taking a big risk here. 1 in 11 to mill the wheel. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I only have 3 pieces, not 4. Oh, never mind. We're not milling. Yeah, I guess the only scam that DK really has is playing the 6-mana Draenei XR Maladark, I think. If you have 10 corpses, you could do that in a C&E. But by scam standards, it's not even like that insane. All right, we're back in it. 9-mana legendary spell. No, you wouldn't want to do that with the XR. Because it's unpredictable. I mean, if anything, that's not even a scam. Ahen's deck scam, getting him out by turn 6 with Eldar. Technically speaking, yes, that can be a scam, but there's other times you actually help out your opponent. Like against like a wheel warlock, against an asteroid shaman.
Eyes on the horizon.
I might lose 1 starship piece because I don't think I should have actually played the Hound in second thought, but I just should have drawn cards. If he kills the 3/4 first, I technically lose a piece, so I only have 5. If I could trade the pieces and then give them Reborn again, I could potentially have 9 pieces. I did it last, thanks for the motivation. Yo, congratulations, Annie. Welcome to Legend. Don't forget to equip that card back. Maladar and the Primus is crazy strong. Yeah, but like, it's not a scam though. Maladar is a good card, but DK is so fair that they don't have a scam deck right now. Name something that DK does that's in alignment with like playing a bunch of 8/8s by turn 5, turn 6 consistent. And it's all Maladar. It all comes down to Maladar. Okay, by the way, a gas. Absolute gas, by the way. The fact that he can't kill, oh my god, dude, this is gonna be crazy. Yeah, dude, this deck is infinitely better than all the other nonsense I've seen. We'll wait 1 more turn on the wheel. So much gas. So much fuel, if you will. All right, next turn we'll play the wheel. Could someone tell me how Pain Warlock returned to being one of the best decks in HSReplay? Because at the beginning of the expansion, like after the balance patch, a lot of people were playing Pain Lock in order to scam the people that were playing new archetypes because Starship's really slow and Pain Warlock is really fast. I have not seen a single Pain Warlock since the first day of the update. So yeah, about a week later, almost no one is playing Pain Warlock. But some people have tried it out in like Diamond through Legend, but I'll tell you right now, in Legend, it does not work. Warlock with 67 armor. Nope. We got more coming, dude. We got more on the way.
Could use that scream. Could use that scream.
All right, just don't draw Furnace Fuel. I said don't! Okay, I got the reverb. We lose Fellfire, Bonfire, Eradication, and Table Flip. We don't need them. Now that we have the Starship, we can literally just launch the ship, oh my, dude, it has 9 death rattles! 9! I could literally AFK the rest of this. Okay, you know what? I don't even think that matters.
My blood for the Lich King.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for Sarg into Taunts. Next turn, I'm going to Reverb into Defile. And then I don't think we lose. Even with taking an additional 6 every turn. dude, we're omega fine.
The end of my deck is nigh.
In fact,
That feels
do I even care about Sark Taunt? Because I'm inviting a bunch of extra damage here. If he bounces back, hell yeah. That wouldn't happen. Board lock him? That is another option. We could board lock him, but he's also a DK. He has like stuff like threads. Wait, no, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done this. Oh god, because he can actually Yogg one away. Damn it, dude, I just should have played this. But at the same time, I'd be drawing all this crap anyway. I'm come on, don't Yogg me. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. What oh no, dude, oh no. There is double Rezga, yes, I'm aware.
take a good look. You ain't never seen the light again.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Look at all this armor I have. I'm fine. I literally can't die, I don't think. It's honestly fine. I don't think we lose. Lol. So whatever he does here, we could honestly just probably Sarg away. Sarg just, yeah, Sarg all the way. He needs to hope for a plague card.
Symbol of death.
And even then, I still don't know if it's gonna be enough, dude. I need 2 more turns, right? Yeah, it's still not much. Wait, hold on a minute. What about C&E? I don't need to solve this because I don't want to get killed by C&E.
The end of my deck is nigh. My deck is bound.
That feels good.
It's a symbol of life. It's a symptom of life.
Oh, I actually could have killed the Primus. Actually, it still would have been 1 off. If he plays C&E, then he needs to do it now.
Frost, mark of the bitter.
Guys, I'm sitting at like 70 life right now. Yeah, then he needs to kill Clark, otherwise he'll be dead. Yeah, 1 turn, dude. He's got 1 turn left to kill me. This will just end it. He honestly just... I mean, it didn't matter what he did. It really didn't matter what he tried here. Alright, only way that I lose now is if I misclick. Woo! Alright, you better deal... let's see, I got 6 in the deck, but I'm not gonna draw, so you need to deal literally 60 damage to me. Go on, make my day and show me the potential of DK. Oh, that's very sad. Oh, wait, there you go, man. Yeah, charge it up. Charge it up, man. Only 14. Oh my god, 17 14s. 17 14s. Or I'm sorry, 19 15s after the buff. Well, there you go, man. We took extra plague damage, and we still didn't even crack the armor. He also took away 54 armor from us as well. If you don't think this deck has enough life gain, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, dude.